Hello, I'm a student at Flatiron School's online self-paced web development program. In this video, I'll be demonstrating my third project, which is a Ruby on Rails CRUD app. What I've decided to create for this project is a discussion board that will be intended to be used by people who work in the education system here in the state of North Carolina. I've decided to call it Tar Heel Teachers. Now, this app could easily be adapted for people of various occupations or interest backgrounds in various places. I just decided to do this because I live in the state of North Carolina and my wife is a public school teacher. And I got the idea from her about having a message board, discussion board that teachers, people in the education system here in our state could use to discuss items of importance to them. So with this app, a person will be able to post what's called a discussion or a message, and also comment on, well, either their own or another user's discussions. You'll see up here at the top, we start out, a person can sign in if they have an account already, or sign up to create a new user account. Unless a person has actually signed up and then also signed in, the only thing they'll be able to do is read other people's discussions and comments. For example, a person comes here to the main page and they see some of the latest discussions, the forums, which really just means like a topic or category for the discussions to fall under. But here they can say, click on a link to view a discussion, and that's all they'll be able to do at this point. They can read it. If there are any comments, they'll be able to read those. But notice that it has this message here. You need to sign in to leave a comment. Don't have an account? Sign up for one. And then there are appropriate links for that. Or here at the top. A few things built into this system is you'll notice that, and not just here on this page, the main page with the 9 most recent discussions, but in other places where links to discussions are posted, you'll see that it will say, well, here it says posted 2 days ago, and it will name the forum, which in this case say State News, by, and they'll give the username. For demonstration purposes, I've loaded or created some dummy user accounts as well as some just forum names. Of course, forum names can vary according to the site's admin. They'd be able to create those. But again, this is all for demonstration purposes. On this left-hand side, there is a link that will show you all discussions. And these discussions are listed chronologically, the most recent down to the earliest ones. Okay. And I did, by the way, use a gem called Will Paginate, which allows me to, I've said on this discussions index, it will only list a set amount of discussion links, and then you'll have to click on next to go to the next page to view a list of further discussions that are already on the site. Okay. And here it'll show you there's a little what's called a, and I used, as you can probably tell, a lot of Bootstrap for this site. It's called a badge, which shows how many discussions are currently in that forum. Like, let's look at the general forum here. And it will show this forum has 5 discussions, and it lists those. And just by the way, even if you're not signed in, of course, as I said, you can read what's been posted here as well as any comments. You can also view a person's just basic profile here. Like, oh, who's this person? And it shows some things about them. Like, has a username, a person can put in a little bio, some information about themselves, and a favorite quote about education. I'll be demonstrating that more in a moment. Okay. But that's as far as they can go. If they want to do anything else, they do have to create an account and be signed in. Let's go to the sign up page here. Now you see some required user fields like username, email, and then 2 password fields. The little like bio or personal information is optional. So they don't have to put anything about themselves otherwise. They don't have to put a favorite quote about an education, but they can if they'd like to. I have also designed this so a person can sign up with Facebook. I'm not going to actually sign up with Facebook. I'm just showing that the functionality is there if a person wishes to do that. So they could do that. But back here, let's say a person creates a username, and I'm just going to create another little dummy account here. We'll say teacher7, email address, we'll just say test7@test.com. Again, this is just all for demonstration purposes. And notice I have a little hint here saying the password must have 7 characters minimum. When you're signing up, you do have to put it in twice. Let's say, tell us about yourself. And a person might say, retired teacher and principal, something like that. They can go to as much or as little detail as they want. Favorite quote about education. And again, that's just something optional. You can just say something inspirational or whatever. I'm just going to put something in for the sake of demonstration. I love learning. Okay. And a person clicks sign up. Notice it will say account created. Thank you for joining Tar Heel Teachers. Okay. And it'll take them to their little profile page here. Gives that username, bio, favorite quote. Now this person is not, since they're brand new, of course, they have created no discussions yet. So it's going to say that. Discussions, no discussions created yet. Of course, we'll change that in a moment. Now see here that this person has the ability to go in and edit their account information. If they don't wish to be on the site any longer, they can even delete the account. I'm not going to delete this particular one yet, but it will say, are you sure you want to delete this account? Now, right now, I'm going to say cancel because no, we don't want to do that. Or say a person wants to edit what they put in earlier. So they still have the same required fields. Now, they have the ability to change their username, their email address, even change their password, or the optional information quote about themselves. Let's say this person, let's say a little bit more. Say now serving on my local school board, something like that. Okay, and as an added security measure, I'm having it so they have to re-enter their password information. Now, they can either change their password here, or if they don't want to change it, just enter the current password they have. But they do have to put in a password and password confirmation, and those fields must match. Now, let's just say, by the way, they click update, but they haven't done something like that, or there was another required field they did not put in. It's going to say, please complete all required fields. Make sure password fields match. Okay. Let's do that again. Let's re-enter the password. Let's say, no, I don't want to change it. I'll just keep that same one I had before. And the person says, okay, update. And we'll say account info updated. There we go. And notice how up here at the top we have some things that are a little bit different. Now, since they're signed in, it does not have the sign in and sign up links that you saw at the beginning, if you noticed earlier. Now it has new discussion because this person is a user on the site. They can create a new discussion. They can also click my account, just shows their account information. So he just stays on that page if I click that, or they have the ability to sign out altogether. Let's just go back to the home page. Now that this person has signed in, say, let me read this here. And of course, mostly just put in dummy text to show what it would look like if a person puts in a post here, a discussion. Now they have the ability to leave a comment, whereas previously they did not. And it says, yeah, I'm going to leave a comment here. It's like, wow, that's really interesting. Thanks for telling us, just whatever. Okay, they submit. It will say at the top, that message will come up, comment created. Okay. And you'll notice here that, okay, so we now have, it says 1 comment, someone has commented on this post, this discussion finally. And since this is Teacher 7's own comment, this user has the ability to edit the post or delete it altogether. Let me just demonstrate that a little bit. Saying person makes a comment. And he decides, what I said in that comment isn't so good. Let me say something a little better. I'll change it. And if they don't want to change the comment, by the way, they just hit this back button. It will take them back to the previous page. Let's update it, and we'll say comment updated. So see, it's updated here. All X's now all Y's. And if they say, nah, I'm just going to get rid of this comment altogether, what's the point? I said enough earlier, or whatever the reason is. Hit delete. They'll get this message. Are you sure you want to delete this comment? This time we'll click OK. And here we go. It says comment deleted. Let's see. If a person wants to read more discussions, comments, they can. You might go into this next forum here. Say, oh, this is interesting. Let's read that one. That person posed a question. Here are some comments that have been posted previously. And again, since these are other people's comments, this user has no ability to edit or delete them. And I have built it in, by the way, so then let me should work. If they try to put in, say, edit or sort of bypass the security features and want to try to sneak in and edit someone else's comments or discussions, they're going to get this message. You are not authorized to view this page. So that's not going to work. The coding is such that a person either has to be the creator of that discussion or comment, or they have to have administrative authority to, say, change a post, a discussion rather, change a comment, or delete them. Okay. Let's say this person says, I'm going to say something of my own here. Okay, and here's and by the way, these are required fields. If you try to create a discussion without putting in, say, a title or content, it's not going to accept that. They'll say, please complete all fields. Okay. And you do have to choose also which form to put it in. Let's put in important information for us all. Let's put that in the general form. It doesn't seem to really fit like state news or national news or whatever. It's kind of just a general topic. Put it in there. Create discussion. And it says discussion created. So notice how it tells you which forum this particular discussion is under, who created it, and it gives the date that it was created. And as I pointed out earlier, since person is the creator of this particular discussion, they can edit or delete it. Say I want to edit it. Say update discussion. There we go. We are updated. Okay. And they can delete this if they want to. I'm not going to actually delete it, but say, are you sure you want to delete this discussion? They could click OK. I'll say cancel for right now. And after a person is done using the site, they're ready to go about their day, they just come up here to sign out. You are now signed out. Okay. So that would be an ordinary user on this site. That's all they're going to do is post discussions and comments, read what other people have to say. They have no authority to do anything else but that. Okay. I'm going to show you, let's say a person they've been assigned as a moderator. And just by the way, for creating roles and giving permissions on this site, I used a couple of gems. One is called can. It defines abilities, what a person can do. Of course, it's up here in GitHub. You can read the documentation if you ever choose to use it yourself in any of your apps. The other one, to assign specific roles, uses the Roleify gem. And you'll see here it explains how to, for example, give someone a role as an administrator or as a moderator. But here on my Tar Heel Teachers app, I'm going to put in a user that I gave admin authority. Okay. Since this person is a moderator, in other words, they serve to help sort of police the website. If they see something that, like a discussion or a comment from another user that they feel is somehow inappropriate, needs to be edited or even removed altogether, they can do so. Like they may look at this person and see, even though this particular user did not create this discussion, the edit and delete buttons are available. So if this person thought, no, if the moderator decided this is really inappropriate either for the forum, the site, they can just go ahead and delete it. Or if they want to make some changes to it, they can do that. So moderators, they can create discussions and comments just like any other user, but they do have that additional authority to edit or delete other people's comments or posts. Or like this one here. Again, if they want to edit or delete this post, they can do that. Or see here, there's some comments on this particular discussion, and if they feel these comments warrant editing or deletion altogether, they can do that. Like they click on that and say, are you sure you want to delete this comment? They could. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sign this person out, but I want to demonstrate now what a person with admin authority can do. If you assign a user the role of admin on this app, they would be able to, of course, like any basic user, create discussions and comments. They can do also what a moderator can do, in that they can edit or delete other users' discussions or comments. But they can go further, and I'll just show here. Here's a dummy account with a person designated as having admin authority. Oops. And I must have mistyped something. Yeah. And see what happens if you don't type in the correct information. If the username, email, and or password does not match anything in the database, it's going to say invalid credentials. Please try again. Okay, let's try that one more time. Okay, hopefully I can get it right this time. Oops. What am I doing wrong here? What did I not get right? Oops, I'm not doing something right here. Hold on, folks. Okay, there we go. All right, and just like the others, just says you are now signed in. And notice what appears here in the little forms section on the left hand of the page. It says View Forms List. Suddenly have a button for that. Other users did not have that button appear for them. There's a reason for that. A person with admin authority has the ability to, first here, they can create a new form altogether. If you don't have admin authority, you can't do that. And then they can also edit a form's name if they'd like to. Let's click here. Instead of saying general, maybe rename it, say, general topics or whatever. And so you can do that. Update forum, forum name updated. Okay. And here, it'll take me to the list of discussions in that forum. Let's go back to the discussions list. And a person can create a new forum, like I said, if they have admin authority. Let's come up with a new one. I don't know, just because pay and benefits are a very important issue with teachers, as they are with a lot of people in other occupations. But I was hearing about teachers lobbying for more teacher pay. Let's say that Tar Heel teachers, they want to talk about that kind of issue too. So let's create a forum just for that particular topic. New forum created. Here we go. Now say pay and benefits. If I say show, it's going to say, oh, this forum has no discussions. And if we go to the main page here, the landing page, we'll see, okay, the new forum is on the forums list, but this little badge here shows 0, meaning there are no discussions there yet. Okay. But let's say I don't want to edit it. Let's just say, for whatever reason, I'm just going to delete this particular forum altogether. Click delete. Are you sure you want to delete this forum? I'm going to go ahead and say OK this time. I'll say forum deleted. Okay. But again, only an admin can do that. Let's show further. Let's say we pull up this discussion here. Now notice, just like with a moderator, as I was saying, a person with admin authority can, even though they didn't create this discussion, they can edit it, they can delete it, or they can come down here to the comments section and edit or delete comments too. Okay. One other thing they have, though, is that they can delete another user's account altogether. Let's say they feel that maybe they're getting complaints about a particular user, or even noticing themselves, this user is posting stuff that's just not appropriate for the site. Maybe they're even just coming on here and posting, I don't know, advertisements, or they're being vulgar, they're harassing other people, whatever. We're just going to kick this person off altogether and say delete account. I'm not going to right now, but it can be done. Do you sure want to delete this account? We'll say cancel. And by the way, deleting an account will delete all discussions and comments created by that user. So if I were to delete this person's account, you would suddenly find that, hey, that person's discussions and comments have vanished from the site altogether. Or I was mentioning earlier about being able to create or delete forums. If you delete a forum, then all discussions and comments associated with that forum will be wiped out as well. Okay. Let me just I'll demonstrate that too, real quickly. Let's say I bring that pay and benefits discussion back. And I go here to new discussion. Okay. So this will fall under the forum pay and benefits. See in the forum, this forum has 1 discussions. And notice it will say, again, posted on, it'll give the date and the user. Okay. And I'll even leave a comment on it. Okay. Maybe something I want to add, whatever. Okay. Let's say later, because I suspect as the site is used that discussions may eventually be removed, forums will be dropped possibly if no one's really commenting on them anymore, whatever. And just again, you'll notice with the little badge here, it says 1, showing there's 1 discussion in that forum. So I'll go to forums list and say, let's get rid of this forum altogether. No need to keep it any longer. Forum deleted. And so we go back to the main page. Now I notice here in this front part where it says the latest discussions, as I pointed out toward the beginning, that's not that little discussion I created for pay and benefits forum, the first one, is not here anymore. And you'll see also in the forums list, pay and benefits is gone too. So that forum, as well as all associated discussions and comments, is kaput. It's been erased altogether. And when we're done, we can just sign out. I've also built in a few features so that when a person is signing up, they do have to have a unique username and a unique email. And of course, they had to have a password that has a minimum of 7 characters. If you try, of course, putting in someone else's username, a username that's been taken already, or an email address that's already being used by someone with an account on this site, you'll get an error message. Let's say, a new person tries to come on and tries to use this username teacher7. Now they may have used a unique, say, email address. Let's say they try to sign. I'm not going to bother with the optional fields here for now. And said, oh, something's not right here. It didn't let me sign up. It says, so I just put a general message here, cover the bases. Missing input, like they did not enter in information in a required field, such as username, email, or password. or an account with that username and or email address may already exist. And it gives an additional reminder said, make sure your password has at least 7 characters and the password fields match. Okay. Let's say just Batman, making up something here, of course, and so let's say and just demonstrate, if the password fields don't match, I'm going to deliberately mistype the confirmation field. Even though it does have 7 characters, the required number, these password fields don't match. I'll say sign up. And lo and behold, I get the same blasted error message. Wait a minute, what did I do wrong? Oh yeah, I must not have typed in these password fields correctly, so we'll try that again. Okay, we'll sign up here. You'll say, account created. Thank you for joining Tar Heel Teachers. Okay, here's his profile. Let's say the person wants to add a discussion. I'll just put it somewhere or other right now. I'll say, let's put in state news. Okay, takes us here. Again, forum, username, or the creator's name should say, and when it was created. Okay, let's go to the home page again, and here we go. Latest discussions. This one just appeared. It said, posted less than a minute ago in. It gives the forum name, state news, by username Batman. Okay. And let's look over here. This guy is saying, I think I'll comment on this. Create a comment. It's first saying 0 comments. Be the first to post a comment. And as we put that in, and of course, notice with the comments that it likewise gives the username, the person who created the comment, and the date the comment was created. Okay. And of course, this user can edit his profile if he wants to. It also shows a list here of the discussions he or she has created. One discussion created, and here it is. It gives the information about that. And I showed earlier about editing your account. Let's say this person just wants to get off the site altogether. I'm done here. Don't care for this or whatever. Are you sure you want to delete this account? Yes. I'm off here. So it says account has been deleted. Note that that guy's discussion no longer exists. And say, wait a minute, this person just commented on this particular discussion, but since he just deleted his account, no more comment. Okay. A little bit about the code, just showing here's the gems that I added. For example, bcrypt, bootstrap, which I indicated I used quite a bit of for styling the site. Simple form is for helping to create forms, sort of facilitates that process. I pointed out earlier Rollify and can for adding abilities and user roles. OmniAuth, that's so people can log in through Facebook or some other means, Google, Twitter. For this particular app, for demonstration, I just use Facebook. Will paginate, I showed that earlier when I showed the index of all discussions. I set it to show just a certain amount per page and then give links to further pages showing the links to the different discussions that have been created on the site. So that is Tar Heel Teachers for my Third project, my Ruby on Rails project for Flatiron School's online web developer program.